Mr. Glitcher, lives will be nine forever. Good morning, Mr. Simply, or 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 simply, David. Yes, not inch. It's November 15, so really half of this November 2025, and it's a Saturday in Naples. Today it seems it's totally clear sky and atmosphere in general, and it also seems now it's early afternoon already there. 13 and 39 minutes, 69 Fahrenheit, 21 Celsius. Insieme a really soft like this is weird. Soft is a classic adjective used for autumn and also spring period. And so it's also for your second yes, because the fact that this last June 1904 years, so fact that and also fact that we passed 3-4 years so the also regarding the summer, the past summer perhaps someone followed me past summer my body. And also fact that a few weeks ago, some weeks ago, we entered in autumn. Now in fact also for the autumn there are 4 years weather reports, but not for the season. Obviously for the winter and the spring is not basically there are still 3 years, and if for the winter we are really closest, we are closer to the closer to the 4 years, so obviously in a month practically will be less than 40 days will be winter. As perhaps someone don't remember think about it, sono un po' I suppose it did. I'm sure that I see the memory things for sure. For the society sometimes my purpose, like at a view, should watch videos. It's better, no perhaps paradox for me. And really, this is doing collaboration also for the as also for the winter, spring, and summer. For the winter, so adjective cold for spring, once again adjective soft for summer, adjective hot. So as you notice in general for the seasons or the periods. Classic adjective, and as regards the greens, that is for me also. I think it's anything to that. Absolutely incomplete, but surely this is case because for 2 reasons. The first one consists in the passage from the summer to the autumn, and the second one consists in the most important consists in last definitive change in contemporary of the English happened some weeks ago. In fact now thanks to this last definitive change the eye gets completely changed in fact, and pleasant, if not pleasant, or surely really good. With the eye I mean the same temperature in English, so the sum of all these things makes the condition situation completely pleasant. But I repeat, if not pleasant, really good, but at least for me, I don't know for some people. For a little I think of not because I feel cold. For another little I think of yes. For another little I think of yes. I don't know if it depends on them. However, in general for me it was good. And if in the last I think 10-12 days, 2 weeks, it's slightly cold obviously. We are in the half of November, we are going to December, so it's normal all this. Instead, what has got also such strange way, I say for sure as everything is just for this, it's really beautiful. But it seems like me some of things in this. Being ready afternoon, I think at temperature is repeated just before 69 Fahrenheit 21 Celsius. But importing atmosphere anticipated. Just before today we have those beautiful. Yes, and even if it's not video because it's behind the palace, in fact, they should have come out the zone, and now in fact I see 3 things for when it came out. First one is that now I sing for the same an extract from a classical song solo mio, because I think it's became a bit of a band during last summer, as up summer for the mini, but some think non vuoi ripetere. So, malato solo, che bello ne, ho solo mia, affronta te, oh sola, ho solo mia, s'affronta te, sì, s'affronta me, s'affronta te. Yes, in fact, most cutting on the show. So, man, bitte, if it's visible, but the sun is shining, it's visible. It's come to the sun, and this is the second thing, the fact that surely it will be not a beautiful, but indeed a sublime as a shining sense, really sense, and the other thing is the fact that as someone who serviamo di as repeating sì, it's impossible a beautiful day like this to kiss it, so kiss it. Avrei chiesto da Tilema a insegnare di Pira, ci non va verso pratica il trip se go last Sunday and Saturday of October, an hour before. So the fact that we are ready, we are for now, we have them, so in the sky for rather 3 hours. But more or less in comparison, but the American face is completely different schedule. Well, so Chinese from now. Equal window with the new white curtain with the green flowers and long flowers mixed between the plants. And they changed it. We changed it with the price, the beautiful grey, with the beautiful painted with branches, and always on the day practically born on same day, because also the birthday of the third previous curtain was on November 1, and this is the curtain day partito November 1. To depend this thing, see my words, my comment under the video. I don't know if you can see it really good or well from this shot near me, I think of yes. The green flowers, and if you notice, long flowers mixed between the plants, or if not even better from this other shot, the practical is the shot which I showed to you, the first part, the shot which I showed you the weather atmosphere through the window. Or also another shot, a classical shot similar to the shot I filmed for the grey curtain more than 3 years ago, and it's also connected to the shot for this effect. This is both when there is the green shooter, also when there is, but more when there is, because the efficacy measure, now I see read a little pictures and say are used for the grey curtain, that is that I really use for the grey curtain, this is, but also always better vision for me, it's until the green shot, as you can see in the branches. Rest in peace. Exactly after 2 years is that, unfortunately. Sigare cresciute e noi attivismo sono chiese all'orso all'edersi l'esempio di speech sentence ai si associano con le cortine. Repeat once again si dice, but also and always better vision for me it's entirety in this shot at this once again shot. And finally, from a mythical hero, injection 14 APG, APG, APG. تكاد تدفع القدس تكاد تدمين الدنيا شتى. va, ritmo di pipola proprio, cioè non riporti sulle grindicatori, non solo mi bene mi si sta. Ho solo mi serve, adesso due schiese, e infatti, io poi io la get breakfast. Deci genere, non so, mi ha fatto mesi di ritmo informazione, tipo l'importante è che si fare con Dragon Rage, se non è tu sei tutti e tu sei Saturday, e tu sei Saturday, mi fa canale breakfast. Att fienden är som blir till start ute. Att fienden parte med till det tu su due o yesterday. Sen che regole si regole sembrano tutti i suoi saracchi. Guarda di bit. Guarda di close si cade record. Little Supermares. They're just only obviously just 39 minutes. Bata, l'importante è che tu si sembra di attenzione also dei fortuna di tesoro. Ameriani. Da, sì. Ekva sono mostly software. Absolutely. And as you know, since many months I think almost 1 year, I also struggled this thing like fact of reason Friday, but this should be time di bio dove hai premesso di 80 persone da check per teste di pesi di dietro di c'è stato così these things and from the new shots obviously staying with the job because io talk about most one year but insomma questo dove sfonita da biscuits and beautiful da main beautiful combos the beautiful biscuits and yes fact one of best fatto best in types of biscuits chocolate chip cookies or the chocolate chips or the cookie quindi chips chocolate or chocolate chips infatti mi stico questo fatto biscuits mi stringe in particolare l'altro thing sono le sorelle la lista first one it's about the milk factory su shot sono che si coffee così ma tu sai che chocolate fa così non uno shot veramente videos della shot and any finance to 10 11 months most one in senso che think is also the case should be in fact the timer and lost the conto secondo me touch 4 through there was an amount as quick as to finish now there is one thing is we wrote it they because they brought it once again since I think almost 88 89 90 days as so case I lose the content should be some this time the period as soon as time check it so I pattern inserted it once again in milk so very good news and within this I also the fact that because breakfast was a bomb this was last video in particular ma even if also si chiede se last video è il gioco la talk about most maniato of course I'm referring to the first time so that video tensiamo io also consider tolla Nicolas breakfast a lui sa merda no e second thing is about sia il fact that if the arbio sia stata Conad Italian sì anzi mi sa che questa position mi cosa questa position for me pamma Italian sì that's because I do recommend you because they are really super bad. Alzio, tomorrow is supposed to try. If I don't take tomorrow with the lap and odds. Repeat even if it's not visible, now I see things, last things. For it to come out to it is repeat these two things fact surely it will be sublime as a shine at come out and the fact that it's possible a beautiful like kiss it's possible to kiss it is a shine so kiss it once again